Alright guys, Beeline here, back with more. Persona. Don't know where the fuck he went. Oh, there he is. Well, that was kind of funny, actually. Because I spent like the last 3 minutes of the last episode looking for him. I couldn't find him, and right here, I just find him right away.
It's okay. Are you saying bananas are vegan?
Here.
What if it's not right? I don't know how to I don't know how to define it, okay? I don't like defining these things. I don't like putting labels, but possibly.
Alright, what other requests did we have? I know we had SPF 30 lip balm. Tyler's lips burn easy.
That's right. Let's see.
He should stay away from the red pepper jam.
Obviously. Yeah, that would burn.
Yeah.
Burn. Kitchen grease fires as well. So it would burn. No! My lips! My lips!
Where's my lip balm?
I asked for the bunny, brought me hot pepper jam. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah, we definitely got the hot, okay, so we got the hot pepper jam, we got the ant killer thing that Cody cannot identify, a space heater, the 12-pack for Enzo, which he promises he will share, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, he also said he was gonna make a big move.
Yeah, I don't believe that guy.
Maybe the big move was, I'm gonna trick them into giving me a 12-pack, yo, and then, boom, I don't even share it, yo. Oh, that's it, big move.
I'm gonna put that in my final jury speech. Guess what? I got a surprise for you. I had a 12-pack all to myself. You didn't get any. Is cloud power. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's who it is.
Tyler's cloud power. Just keep bringing it up, man. Just keep bringing it up. People love it. People love it. People love it. The weirdest thing for me was Nicole A asking for her peanut butter socks, but not because she needed them. It was like I entered the house with them, and I need a full-blown detective.
How is this the plan? This is literally the plan that Yusuke created. Like, that makes so much sense, right? Actually, I kind of want to look up all the show times.
Yeah.
I feel like
I swear.
should be pretty fun.
I swear I had them, and I feel like I'm going crazy here, because they're not here. What's going on?
Russell Hands snuck in, burned them. They're done, girl. Sorry.
Wasn't it Sandra?
She burned the hat.
She burned his hat. Did he burn? He burned something, I think.
He burned the socks.
Oh yeah, he did burn the socks. Yeah.
Stockless bro,
I don't blame Nicole. If you come in the house with something, you kind of want to leave with it. She left relatively quickly, so if I'm her, week 2, I'm like, all right, right on the wall. somebody, please, where are my socks? I've been packing for days now. Please, just my PB&J socks. That's all I want.
I was just so excited to wear my PB&J socks.
It's kind of ridiculous, though.
And I'm leaving. Give me my socks. Give me my socks. I saw you slip Christmas that hot pepper jam. I want my socks.
But it was more like an investigation. She was like, we need Sherlock Holmes in here, okay, to really crack the case on what's going on. Which, by the way, I would love something like this for my everyday life. I can be like, where are my keys? Let me go in the diary room and be like, I know, I came home, I unlocked the door with my keys. So where are they? What did you do with my keys?
Benedict Cumberbatch. Robert Downey Jr., I need one of you here. I need to find my PB&J socks.
Doesn't matter which one.
Yeah, I thought Kevin asking for clippers, I could relate.
Futaba-chan,
I would be losing my mind. And I think they all doubled down on the hot tub. No, she doubled down on the ant killer, right? Obviously, people have a ton of ants every season, so I don't mind.
Is this?
What kind of
I just like watching Morgana there in the middle.
I'm telling you, it's the green kind. I don't know the brand. I don't know the name. You know what I'm talking about.
Crab's green,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, it's the green one.
It's like a chalky texture.
I don't think it has anything
It's
to
like,
do with us
it's, Parmesan cheese product, right? It's not actually Parmesan cheese.
It's like,
Simple defense mechanism. Considering what she's been through, I don't blame her for mistrusting others.
Cheese product.
It's a cheese product,
Joker,
yeah.
let's save her.
It's on
We've
the
gotta
shelf
help Futaba-chan
with,
open the
like,
door to her
the
heart.
actual macaroni shells and
Sure.
like, pasta shells and stuff like it and stuff.
I
So
have
like,
no objections, but we should worry
it
about
does- it doesn't
ourselves
melt.
first and
It's
foremost.
obviously not
Come on,
cheese, 'cause you can
let's
just
look for
lean
a way
it
back
out
above
so
ground. Otherwise, this
So,
place is going to
I'm
end up
thinking
our
somebody
tomb
walked in the house
too.
with like a block of that, and to me I was like, you know what? I did not wear red bottoms from the house for you to give me mac and cheese substitute. I would like real Parmesan cheese for my slop steak.
Yeah. It's also like very sloshy sounding. The Velveeta.
Oh, I was like, the Parmesan? I was like, what Parmesan cheese
Oh, yeah.
are you eating, Taryn?
Very sloshy Parmesan.
There's a rare one.
Ew. Is it ripe?
Oh my god.
It's not right. Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, fuck
It's too
off, bro.
sloshy.
Have you dropped it on the ground?
Always.
Oh my god, sorry, now I'm picturing, like, I remember the time where, I think it was, Tyler who was gonna eat a donut from Danny, and, you know, that was it vegan, she should have just been, like, dropped. It is now!
Fine. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Alright, so, we're missing some people. Devon, she was great. I don't remember who else this is great.
Kaser has the kindest eyes, a quote from Nicole, I don't know about that one. I don't know if that was a plan, was that like, Nicole, please say something nice about Kaser.
Oh, fuck.
You know, and then she'd like run through a couple things she found. He has the kindest eyes.
I think kind eyes.
It's like smizing, but kindest.
It's like,
Yeah. It's like when I look into your eyes.
That's not that, Taryn. It's not when I look into your eyes, I see home. That's the kind eyes.
Go easy on
Into
her.
your eyes, I see home. She also said she wants to be friends with Ian outside the house because that's a thing that she's never done before.
yeah.
Brand new to her. She just met this guy.
She can't
I
wait to
can't
be
wait.
BFFs.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Hope he doesn't see you, I don't know, hypothetically laughing at his super secret thing that he just told you in confidence in front of other people. So,
I did Google Ian Terry to see what the automatic villains would be. Don't thirsty, okay? Because the top search is Ian Terry girlfriend, and it's not my search. I did it on incognito, okay? So don't look at me when you're like, this is what Liana searched, okay? Ian Terry girlfriend, Ian Terry Yale, Ian Terry big brother, and Ian Terry net worth. So I think there's some people out here looking for something.
okay. Alright. Let me pull up my incognito and see what I can find. Okay.
Undies, Chappelle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
How far into
I'm sorry.
something?
Yeah. Do not mislabel.
Yeah,
Still
that was
40 minutes.
intentional. He's looking for more.
It's like, I got some other videos I need to find.
Just of the Dr. Will variety.
Look, when you're rocking those undies, there's more to find.
We'll see. Another eggplant joke in there somewhere. Alright, moving on. So Ian's autistic. That's I'm kidding.
I heard, I heard Dr. Will's eggplants are also particularly heavy.
What?
So you've got, you know.
I pushed ambush anyway. I should have gotten the ambush before that anyway, but whatever.
Yes, we get a very nice. I mean, this is something that we saw in the episode already. Part of what I liked about this recap was that there were actually pretty small amounts of repeated segments. And I think if you're gonna do repeated segments, these next two segments, pretty good ones to repeat. Ian talking about being on the spectrum, having that not be who he is, which kind of made me sad. Again, we talked about this before, like, headlines of certain articles I felt like were exactly what he was talking about, but still just like, so, he's so clearly uncomfortable talking about it, and the fact that he's willing to and be open about it is really nice, really cool. Happy to see that segment again. And then the Kaser and Devon talk. It's just, it's so good.
What? Again?
I want to talk about Ian a little bit more before we move on to Kaser and Devon. Ian is my hero. I watched that segment and I adore that man. He's awesome. I misspoke earlier. I said Ian's autistic, but what I mean is that Ian is on the spectrum. He said, you know, they have, you know, he might be on the spectrum of autism or whatever. But to me, just seeing him talk about it and go and win Big Brother and stuff, I hope he's an inspiration to people who can relate, people who can't relate. Ian is an inspiration to me. I enjoyed seeing him on this season. I wish he could have done better for, you know, I think we're always kind of rooting for Ian regardless. And so I just want to say that, yeah, seeing him, it made me want to be friends with him outside the house even more. I know Nicole has never met this man outside the house, and she wants to be friends with him too, but I as well. So yeah, shout out to Ian, because I really enjoyed that segment for sure.
And I think also not just for people who are on the spectrum, but in general, if you feel like there's something that you don't want to define you, right? Like you are not a disease, you are not this one thing, and I think that was really important, and I'm happy that this is one of the things that they chose to show again.
Yeah, and it does a little bit tie into the conversation that Kaser and Devon have. Kaser talking about religion, and then Devon talking about how she can't just come on and play this game because she is defined as who she is, and she talks about Fiona Taylor, and it's so nice. It's so I just it makes me remember that Kaser should be on the show all the time. And Devon, because this wasn't even like, both Kaser and Devon were two people that really tried to have these conversations, and without them there, we didn't get that. Like Devon brought up this stuff to David, talked to David about like his relationship with Jackson and Jack. Jack and Mickey, whatever it is. And she's not afraid to just like open up and talk about these things and ask the questions.
Oh, is he above our level?
And Kaser, he wants to go there. He wants to talk about these things. And the fact that we got this on the feeds, on the episodes, I'm really happy about it because it's not something that I'm used to when I watch Big Brother.
Yes, exactly. I mean, look, I do love the fun, silly segments, but things like this are so critically important. I think especially when Kaser is talking about action. You know, one of the reasons why he came on Big Brother is because he wanted to take action. He wanted to be part of those conversations and push that on national television. And I'm happy that he had Devon in there to do it with him. I think especially leading up to the election and voting, not just for his favorite player, but also in general. I think that this was something so critically important. I'm really happy that it was shown again. I can't be happier about something like this being shown.
And I agree. Both of you guys said that. I also want to say that, you know, when it comes to voting, if you want to vote for Devon, that wouldn't be a horrible thing if you choose to do that on your own. But Devon and Kaser being in the house, it did promote those conversations. It made me feel like Kaser is just a better human being than I am. I mean, I just feel like I would be in the house to win, and that would be it. And you would never hear any type of in-depth conversation with me at all. It would just be like Chappelle talking about eggplants and, you know, things of that nature. And Kaser, he literally came onto the show to have a platform, and I appreciate that.
And Kaser just like, you know, the bravery of going on the show at the time he did in season 6, wanting to represent his culture, where he comes from, and the way that he did so successfully. I just
Oh, we haven't seen this yet either.
Let's talk about costumes. Punishment costumes.
I'm sorry, costumes? Say what? So, like, okay, so, let me just walk you through, no, this is my normal attire, I wore this to work today, okay, it's PPE safe, okay, so I'm safe at work, so, I want to walk through my, like, mental thoughts as I was watching this episode. So first I was like, I'm gonna wear my onesie, we're going all out, silly segment, and then we get the, like, really important serious segments, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm overdressed, I'm underdressed, I don't know, I'm inappropriately dressed, but then we went right back to the punishment costumes. I was like, no, it's okay, this is where I belong. We take the silly with the serious, it's all in good fun. Hey, it's talk, I'm awkward now.
What animal you said? That's a dinosaur?
I'm a dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
I don't know, like a blue one. I've got an
Oh yeah.
with a tail.
The blue
You know,
Doesn't
one,
do much damage.
that was my favorite dinosaur. The blue one was my favorite dinosaur as a kid.
Yeah, it was the Land Before Time, the blue one.
yeah, pterodactyl, Tyrannosaurus Rex, you know, Stegosaurus, the blue one.
Ducky.
The blue one. I swear, I've been thinking you were some type of fish this entire time, so I'm glad you picked that up.
So here's the problem. This is the nose. For those of you who are watching the video version, you know, it's the audio version. I mean, come on, guys. I'm wearing a costume. The eyes are like to the side, and it's hard to see them. So
Can you see through the nose holes?
no, I cannot. No,
You should be able
the
to.
Masked Singer. I know.
Everyone loved that.
Yeah, I know. I need to.
Yeah.
I just want a gold star. Speaking of costumes.
Everyone
this
was
would
pretty
be,
good.
This would be a great punishment costume that you're supposed to see through the nose
I
holes.
guess so.
But you can't. You
Yeah.
just have to wear it like that.
Yeah, I have to hold it around like this and then just sort
Yeah.
of
So
bump
that's
into
what I got.
things. I'm sure that would definitely
Like to
be a
try
thing
this
Big Brother
stuff
would be all into. I'm excited for the segment.
And
That's okay.
speaking of stars,
We beat him.
Dude,
has
Alright,
star
let's get going.
babies.
I would need to,
I think that might be one of my favorite punishments, the Star Babies, because there was so many of them by the end. Like, that's hilarious to me.
I'm so confused as to why people like this.
Why?
I'm with Liana on this one. I thought that was great.
I don't
first
get
I was
it.
Like, this is stupid. There's like one baby. I was like, oh, she has twins. When she's in like a room like full of like all like it's 45 stars in there, and then Enzo's like carrying one trying to burp it, and she's like, just get out of here, I'm sick of it. Like I love that. That was precious. I like every second of it.
I need to hear why Taryn hates it.
I just don't like. I just don't
babies.
get it.
She doesn't like star babies.
What do you mean you don't get it?
I don't get why it's
Star
funny.
babies
It's just a bunch of
If you hate
pillows.
children, just say that. If you hate children, just say that.
Specifically Star Babies. No, it's
That was funny as hell.
there's something about managing a large number of
Of
things.
pillows?
Of pillows.
Anything.
Of anything, yeah. It could have been, yeah. It's overwhelming and it's hilarious. And the segment, or the scene of her and Enzo with all of their little star babies, it was cute. It was cute. Sorry, I mean, I know for robots, the programming is not updated yet, especially star babies. That's like a weird thing to be, you know, to like. So maybe one day, Taryn, you'll come around on this.
Parents doing both. Yeah, I mean, anytime I can see Christmas punished, I'm down. Throw some party.
There's that too, yes.
Yeah. All right. We did see. We finally got to see Bailey's punishment on the recap, and after seeing it, I was like, "That's why."
I know, right? I was like, yeah, we could have gone without this. Although, the chant at the end,
Yes,
that's really catchy.
it is.
wait, are we supposed to go from the
The,
underground?
like, she got one left chant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
That's how we feel about this season. Like, we
I
got
know,
two.
that's what we got 2 episodes.
We got one. We got one. We got 1 week left. Yay! I didn't like Bailey's punishment. I don't think I would have liked that. Like, there would have been a segment of me like laying on the ground, like complaining, because did she do that all at one time, Taryn? I don't know if you saw.
I think she
I
took
would-
like a short break, but like, yeah, it was. She knocked it out real quick, which was part of the problem. Like, it did not. There was no struggle.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. You would have had to. There would have been people like in the house, like, Chappelle, please get out of the bed. Why? Because you haven't finished your thing. Like, I don't care. I don't want to be in the veto. God, leave me alone. Like just it's a tricycle. Grow up. Like, fine.
Yeah, you would have gone and laid down right next to Memphis on the floor. Been like, I feel you, man.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I have to hide.
Yeah, you'll need the hot tub after that. No, it smells like it's fine. I just won't play in the next veto. It's fine. I don't care. I got here.
I already fought this thing. I'm not gonna fight it again.
Anyway, I'm looking at the writing on the wall. Running out of minorities here. My time is. It's coming.
Yeah.
The one thing I was really happy though that they did include, and they included the Shade music with it, whether or not it was intended to be Shade, but was when Nicole said, well, it seems like you're pedaling a lot and you're not going very far.
Yeah, and Meg looked at her like, girl.
Yeah. And they did the Shade, you know, I know it's not RuPaul's Drag Race, it's the rattle, but like still similar vibes
I was missing Nicole with the sly smile.
afterwards.
The bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leona, I caught that too. She's like, well, maybe you're not telling that enough. Baby was like, okay, all right, I get that.
You know what would have made this competition or this punishment more interesting crawling in Caramel behind, chasing behind her, going.
Listen, Bailey, too, is probably afraid of the cops. So.
Right? It all fits. She's in a tricycle also, a vehicle, closest we're gonna get in the Big Brother house. Yeah, that's what we're aiming for in Scare Wars.
Well, we get a crying montage. We get one of these every year now. I thought this was not the most fun crying montage. We've gotten much better crying montages.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back. Maybe the beach. She cried a lot. It was funny.
Oh yeah, I forgot blocks.
Crying
Damn it.
montages, the crying part of the crying montages are not my favorite. I like the other weird diary room segments. So for example, when Ian was trying to sit in the chair, he's like, my butt's wet, how do I sit? And then the next one was Nicole being like, the seat's wet. That kind of stuff really makes me laugh. So I guess the only crying moment that I liked was when Janelle
Does he have? I don't think I have a
throwing
nuclear.
shade at
Do I?
Nicole, being like, I don't need a box of tissues.
That's
You know,
really
flash
annoying.
cut to Nicole. Guys, where are the tissues?
That was a good story it told because it was Janelle said, I don't need tissues like Nicole does. And it was Nicole like, oh, where's it? I don't need the tissues. And then it was Devon like, oh, there's never tissues in here when I need them.
A story in 3 parts.
No, it was good. Yeah, not my favorite cries. I think it's just that we don't have any iconic criers this season. Like we have criers, but no one who just like their crying took the cake. Like I brought up Big Meech, but do you remember in that jury segment thing with Dr. Will and Cody's staring at her? She's like, Cody, stop looking at me. Like that's the type of crying that I want. I want someone who's like, stop it with your stupid face facing at me. It just breaks down crying. So yeah, Franzo crying over like missing, and Tyler crying over missing his girlfriend and all that stuff. That stuff is normal crying, I guess. I want like this staring, crying for no reason, crying because life happened or something. I don't know. This just was kind of like, it's fine.
Tyler's almost like legit anguish.
He tried to quit and they told him no. So
Tyler's one made me feel a little uncomfortable because it looked like he was in the midst of like a panic attack, like he just needed to leave. I was like, oh man.
He tried to quit the game and they said no. Like, no.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Please, let's go. For God's sake, have some events.
Okay.
And they're like, no, stay there. Stay where you are. So yeah.
If the wand-off existed for Big Brother, that's when you do the rehab parody of
Fuck.
I want to leave the house, and they said no, right? That's what you go.
Go down.
Ah, not what I meant to do at all.
The one moment that I think is the intro maybe to this segment of Enzo saying women like a guy who can cry. And then at the same time, isn't he the one who's like, oh, I can't cry, I need to wear my sunglasses so no one can see me cry?
Yeah, and then in the end of the episode, he's crying in the diary room, and after that, on the feeds, he was like, I'm just really upset that I just cried in the diary room, like people just saw me cry.
Yeah, and then you have Janelle saying, I would never give y'all the satisfaction of seeing me cry in this house. Like, Janelle,
Persona.
we love it. We
Well,
love
see,
it.
I think what, because I think that was fun, but I think what ruined it for me is that I was like, oh, are they going to show when she cried about Nicole Anthony? Because, but then they did it, and I was like, oh, okay, so they were just going for that. And I was like, oh, I ruined it for me.
She did cry. I think that's the thing that turned everybody against Nicole Anthony this season. Because it was like Nicole Anthony was saying a lot of things and she was kind of being a jerk about it, and Janelle was trying her best. But then it came to
Okay, what do we have? We have light physical for one. We have medium physical. Heavy physical. Light physical 3 times. Light physical to all.
You know what you did?
Ultimate betrayal.
I feel like I'm never gonna use
Oh, man. So, we do
this.
get
Like, I'm never gonna use
fun
this over
diary
this.
room
So.
session from Enzo where he's talking about how much he wants it, and this might be one of my favorite moments of the entire season.
Revives. Wonderful.
These raw
Okay, I think that's what we need. That I
it
think.
reminded me of Zach Rance. That he really, you can see, and this man who has been broken down over the course of the season, we we noted it. Like, he had energy. He was excited. Over the course of the season, he's been burned out, but he is still here, and he just has this like intense desire to make it happen, and he can see it all crumbling in front of him, and he's just like, I want to scream my dad's name, and he just like, he gets lost in that moment for that period of time. It's like, you so rarely see these raw moments in the diary room like this, but it was so powerful to me.
Come on, man.
It was really powerful, and I think to see something so
I do think
raw
this will
and so
be
emotional
it
in that
for
moment. I know it's after
tonight.
like the silly emotional segment, but like this one felt
Episode.
legit. This was like super
I
legit.
haven't gotten to a fucking
I
safe
don't know
room in
if
forever.
it was hot or jam before it's been in there, but like that was hot, raw emotion.
I liked the segment, but part of me was kind of thinking like,
They're all weak?
so you could have voted Nicole out a couple weeks ago.
Played yourself, buddy.
I'm not really bad for you, but it's kind of your fault a little bit.
You were screaming Nicole's name.
Right. And the last thing you're gonna remember is Christmas saying, Enzo, you just got third place, and then walking out of the house. Well, that's kind of sucks.
I think Victor's also used to screaming Nicole's name.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I thought of it. I had to say it. Oh, my bad.
Liana,
Put that
this
later.
has been a clean show, and you just had to take
Oh,
I
shut
can't believe she went there.
dare you?
Liana always dragging us down.
Liana, please, tear that I staying above the level, and look at you, just go, when you go low, we go high. I can't.
Hybrid.
Hybrid, that's the two of us. Liana, how dare you?
I've read podcast.
Yes.
Oh, man.
All right. That was the recap. That was the recap. Then we get some Dr. Will in his undies to top it off.
Man.
What's the timestamp for that? I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, you know what? It would be if people in the chat actually had that, just to examine, just to make sure again that it wasn't a speedo.
We got horseshit.
We all need to revisit this, yes. Let's all take a good hard look.
All right. Well, we have some spoilers for you. We know who won part 1 of the final 3 HOH, so we can let you know what happened there very shortly. But if you weren't aware to leave us now, thank you so much for joining us. I will be back tomorrow morning to update
It's not what I'm
what happened today on the
saying.
live feeds. And I will also be live tomorrow night for the
Trying to avoid using it.
And then Monday, we'll be back to recap the Monday night episode where we will maybe see the first part of the video. I don't know, probably, right?
It's gotta be. My prediction is it's gotta be that. It's gotta be Christmas going to the jury house, maybe?
Yeah, maybe the jury roundtable. Yeah, jury roundtable. Maybe. I don't know. No, we usually get that on the finale. I don't know. It's 2 hours.
It's All-Stars,
We got two left. That's how many episodes. We'll get through it.
All right. Well,
Step forward.
guys, I have the spoiler song. Are we ready for spoilers? Let's make it happen.
The Office of Civil Defense issues the following message. This is
A spoiler. A spoiler.
warning means that an actual
Spoiler.
against this company has been set, and that protective action should be taken.
Raise the roof like Christmas.
Woo! Well, yes, raise the roof. Woo! Woo! Just like the emoji. Let's
Yes.
go. Let's go.
Yes. All right. So we have some information for you. They played part 1 of the final 3 HOH. One of the reasons why Enzo was crying in the diary room is because he did not win part 1 of the final 3 HOH.
How do we do this?
So it came down to Nicole,
Oh shit, no, that's not.
Cody, and Nicole is the winner. Part 1, the final 3 HOH. Cody and Enzo will be facing off in part 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Nicole was in her big.
Not the big. Yeah, I mean this. So I believe the competition was the spinny one where you have to hold on to the rope and you stand on the platform and then you get
How would do
hit
this then?
by the whatever the theme was this year, which it definitely favors people who are smaller and lighter, and so it makes sense that Nicole was able to pull this one out. And then wasn't there a thing with like Enzo getting disqualified because he maybe sat on it or something like that?
Yeah, I think he said he lasted like 17 minutes and it was embarrassing, and then he maybe like sat down to quit instead of like falling off or something like that. But
Gotcha.
yeah, he did not do particularly well, and it's starting to look like he may need to just go ahead and win part 2 and part 3 if he wants any chance in this game. But we did hear from Cody at the end of the episode. He said, I'm not going to repeat my mistakes of last time. I'm going to do what's best for my game. I just wish I knew what he thought was best for his game.
Okay. So let's cut to the chase here. Let's just stop. What is worth? I mean, what's best for Cody's game is being in the final 3 with these 2 people or any other of the people who've just gone home. He's in a good spot regardless. I think we really should be thinking about Nicole.
There it
You
is.
won the first round of the HOH. Should we even be celebrating if you're not willing to cut Cody? That's the winning move. That's gotta be it. Whether you're Enzo, whether you're Nicole, you cut Cody, we will just hand you the win. And people might actually respect you despite all the things that people find wrong with this season. And I just don't think either of them is going to do it. So are we wasting our time here? Taryn, talk to me.
Look, we're never wasting our time recapping a recap. It is very important work. Somebody needs to do it, Chappelle.
It's day 79 in the house and not a lot of movement.
Not a lot of movement.
Nicole's probably not going to use
her part 1.
Yeah, not going to do anything as usual. And Enzo's not going to do it either. But I'm enjoying the season.
How we not going to save from it?
I'm enjoying my sweet potato fries. They're very good.
So Taryn, what are the odds that Cody loses this season? Just give me the raw data.
The raw data. Well, I have looked into the Matrix, and I can tell you, I'm gonna say 5%
That he loses.
that he loses.
Yeah.
Is that 5% contingent on somebody cutting him? Or is that he can get to the final 2 and still lose? Do you think it's possible that he can get to the final 2 and still lose?
I think it's like 4% somebody cuts him, 1% he loses a jury vote.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm trying to decide, what am I rooting for? What do I want to happen? I think I need to know who Cody would take. I really, in my heart, I need to know that information. I don't trust the interviews after necessarily, although, I need to see it happen. So I think ultimately that's what I'm rooting for. I think Cody has a great shot against Enzo, knowing what the part 2 of the final HOH competitions have been previously. So I think we're gonna end up with a Cody versus Nicole final 3, but I don't know. We don't know for sure.
I'm sorry, I just can't take you seriously when you're talking serious strategy, dressed as a dinosaur.
Sorry, why?
Like, what do you mean?
Like all podcast long, I've been like, yeah, it's just Liana in a dinosaur costume. But the second you started, I just want to know what's happening with Strat. Like, what are you doing? You're in a dinosaur costume.
Let's start with the Taryn for the data. Give us the statistics here. Liana, you just sit there and be a dinosaur.
You just have fun, okay? You do.
I have the opposite opinion, I guess, of Liana, though. I'd rather see Franzo do the thing that needs to be done. Even if she doesn't win. Let's say she cuts Cody and they all give the money to herself because they hate her. Whatever. I just want to know that she got it. I don't think she has it in her at all. I want that for her. Don't we want good Big Brother players, especially women players, because, there's just a discrepancy, set up to win this game. This is a moment for her to be another male in the final 2 and to be the first full-time winner, to be in the pantheon of winners with these guys that get so much credit. I just want that for her, even if I don't love her as a person.
Good work.
Don't we deserve? And this is 2020, so I know we don't get nice things. Don't we deserve nice things? So that's me. That's me. I don't mind if she loses, but I need to know that she's willing to cut Cody.
Here's what's interesting. I think that if let's say Nicole cuts Cody and takes Enzo, you'd think slam dunk now for Nicole. But what if Enzo is savvy enough? Because basically what's going to happen is the jury's going to come in with their own set of opinions.
Hey.
Cody's going to win unless somebody cuts him. So when Nicole cuts him, they're going to be like, oh, so maybe now Nicole should win. But it's a very fresh opinion. It's not locked in. It's not your usual come in already having your mind made up. So if they get to the questioning and Enzo comes right out of the gates saying,
Cool.
look what I just did, yo. I just got Nicole to cut Cody, yo. I convinced her. And she's gonna be like, no, I did it on my own. Now it's all of a sudden who can take the credit for cutting Cody. And I feel like
If I remember right,
that's
there's a
the
save
only shot
point
at that point.
here.
I've seen Enzo's goodbye messages. Like,
Yeah, Enzo's gonna be like, Cody, yo, I did my best to try to get her to take you, yo. I don't know what to say, yo. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like Terry's
Alright,
scenario.
so once you-
Because even if that happened, and they could potentially give Enzo the win, but whatever. Even if that happened, that would be great TV.
I just want to see what they say about how much further we have.
The slow head turn and looking at him like monster. Because we've seen this before where people like make the big move. I think it was like Survivor, blah 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 blah, whatever. Intern season,
Great season.
where you have
I think we're like a third of the
Kid
way.
in the final like with David Wright, and he finally cuts David Wright, and everybody's like, Adam
What
is
are your
like,
thoughts?
I told you to do that, and he's like, no, I was gonna do it anyway because I have to do it to beat him, and Adam's like, but were you?
Yes.
I hope you were. So that's how he gets the win, and
What are your
so
thoughts?
I would love to
Okay.
see that.
One, two.
But again, I still
So
think
yeah,
that nice things,
tomorrow,
and again, we've seen
go ahead and continue on.
in those moments. So I just, yeah. And
That
also,
will
Danny
more
hates
than
Nicole.
likely be after work.
She just hates her. And I think that's
but,
why
yeah.
she was so hell-bent on going to the end with her, because she's like, no,
We'll
I
continue
don't
on
respect this
tomorrow,
girl, so
but for
I'm
now,
just gonna
thanks for
drag her
watching.
along, get to the end with her,